Alright, hey everybody, Jared Napolitano. I'm back here. I just did a stream of Game 6 between DRTORCH and Dark Deal 44. We're going to go backwards a little bit. This is Game 5. I think this is a matchup of two 4-0 players. It might be a matchup of a 4-0 and a 3-1. I'm not positive if Clayton Cmoore was a Cmoore89 was a 3-1 or a 4-0. I think he was 4-0. So in the interest of full transparency, since we're probably going to be streaming, live streaming both of B. Kipples, who would be the only other person potentially still to play for the event championship, since, spoiler, DRTORCH wins this. So he goes to 6-0. Brad could still possibly go to 6-0. That's going to be played on Friday, July 14th. So just wanted to stream these. Folks seem to really enjoy watching these retro game replays, maybe learn a thing or two, maybe you're entertained, hopefully both. But I'm Jared Napolitano. I've been doing a lot of these streams for the retro event. So we'll just dive in here. This should be pretty quick because we're doing it off of a replay as opposed to live, so we don't have to wait through players kind of thinking and deliberating out their moves. So Cmoore89 is Dark Side. He's playing his Hunt Down with Epic Duel. And DRTORCH is playing What You've Learned. Looks like we've already seen 5 copies of Visage and 4 copies of Twilight Advisor. So we have Presence of the Force put on the Meditation Chamber. So this is some interesting stuff so far. And we'll see how this plays out. So generally we've been trying to stream all the top tables. Once we get to Game 5 and 6 in these retro events, we see Lord Vader go for 6 Force, and then immediately Visage of the Emperor is canceled with the transmissions terminated, which gets through. There's no sense or whatever. Got Talon Roll, Dread Starfleet, TIE Scout. So we got another one comes out. All right, as we saw from the hand. Excuse me. Here, let me move this text here. I think with the replay, and actually this isn't even current. So let me move this here. Sorry about that. Let me update this. Actually, let me pause it real quick just so we have. But you should be able to talk as we're going. So it looks like we have ties here. Event 3, 5. Parent Desktop 2 constructed. We'll say 4-0. DRTORCH is light. And thanks for watching this. I imagine most people are going to watch this on a replay on the YouTube channel. So thanks for watching, and thanks for following. Hopefully also subscribing to the PC Twitch. Alright, so there we go. Alright, let's resume here. So Cmoore ends his turn. He's not going to lose from his own Visage. Because we're having, I think we saw 5 copies of Visage, right? Comes in handy. He did Twilight Advisor for Prince of the Force. So he could have played Prepared Defenses. And the previous event was Premiered Endor, and that didn't have that starting interrupt, of course, at that point. So you're still doing like one effect to start the game. Anger, Fear, Aggression is inserted. Home 1 document comes out. So, unless Cmoore can find a projective telepathy, he's probably going to be losing 4 Force to that. Got Yoda. Yoda's backpack on Yoda. Usually Yoda's backpack goes on somebody else, right? Carrying his but alright, so yeah, so it's not really doing much now, not until it's done. So alright, so Honor the Jedi comes out. That is not immune to alter right now, but of course What You Have Learned adds 4. So Dark would have to draw 1 or 0 to cancel it if it did have an alter. Alright, Starfleet comes out. So that's, as I mentioned in the other recent stream, No Escape comes out in the next pseudo expansion. It's like a premium expansion, which helps to cut into the potency of Honor of the Jedi. Alright, so we have a couple all-powered weapons. We got a system that should help Cmoore's activation. We see an altar here, so maybe if I was him, I would be tempted to play the altar, although Do or Do Not's out. But so you're basically losing 3 Force to try to kill Honor the Jedi. And 3 Force if you're successful. There's Traffic Control, as I mentioned in the other stream recently. I think Traffic Control and Reactor Terminal are in every single one of DRTORCH's decks. Alright, I see him covering up some of the cards in the hand that we could see from Cmoore's perspective. as I mentioned a little bit in the first stream, I definitely, Paul graciously, he provided the replay, but he asked, which I think is a fair ask normally, not to provide the replay or not stream it until it's done, which I think is totally fair because when you're doing the replay, you see what's in the hand as opposed to if you're just doing it live, you don't see what's in either player's hand. So, we want all the games streamed, all the relevant games streamed. But anyone can watch these games in the GEMP lobby, so this is really just a little bit amplifying that. But at the same time, players can change the contents of their decks. They can change 1 card, 5 cards, 10 cards, game to game in these, and that helps mitigate any potential secrets being revealed that are then teched for in this game 7 that's going to happen. So the altar is successful. So he draws the 1. So now he's got to lose 2 force. He loses another Lord Vader and a Sense from reserve deck. Lord Vader from hand. He's got another one. So Honor the Jedi is going lost. So that's helpful, but we'll see. Looks like no. So that's going to get buried now by the Visage Ping. Nope, it's not, because he plays it could be worse. So we'll see if DRTORCH has any other way to get that honor back. If not, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. He's losing 1 a turn, but he could. Maybe he's got some characters to try to contest Lord Vader. The Anger Fear popped, and now Cmoore has to lose 4 force. So he loses Black Squadron Tie, Masterful Move, all powered weapons. Let's speed this up a little bit. So that hurts. Anger Fear Aggression is just brutal. That's why there's a shield for inserts, because they are very cheesy. Alright, so the Visage Ping, Battle Plan from hand. Interesting. We're going to get the test. He draws a Grimtosh. And I think they just recently changed the coding, I thought. Then they changed it right back. That adding to your training destinies for each Dagobah site, they made it automatic, and then they changed it back. I don't know if it was, so that was interesting that maybe it was causing some issues. Alright, we saw Verify there's like Lost in the Wilderness. So there's a Luke's lightsaber in there. I saw an EPP Han. Alright, Bog Clearing. Tatooine Docking Bay was just getting floated. Oh, no, not getting floated. He's got Insurrection. Hoth Echo Docking Bay. Jedi Test 2. So lots of stuff going on here. So they'll complete that at the beginning of the next turn. You never want to move it. I think you don't want to. I think that was mentioned on one of the... It was a podcast I listened to once about Mind What You Have Learned. I think Ryan Surson was on Kendall's podcast talking about it. The Mind What You Have Learned Club. Alright, so DRTORCH is going to build up his hand here a lot. It's pretty low. Add a commission. Nabs a Twilight Advisor. And then we get another transmission terminated to cancel Visage, but we see Cmoore has got another Visage in his hand, so that's probably coming out on this turn, this deploy phase. Alright, so this is interesting. When you put Presence of the Force in the Meditation Chamber, then you can't Force Drain on the Executor, or your objective goes out of play. So it's kind of good, I guess, to... Whoa, what's he doing? He's playing all powered weapons to upload a bunch of TIE Scouts. Signer Fleet Systems, he doesn't have Walk Kill Movie, though. He needs to find that. Right? Yeah, so you can't Force Drain because your objective goes out of play if you Force Drain on an Executor site, because they probably saw this interaction where you just put Presence of the Force there, and you have this game text, which I don't think I've ever seen this used. If Vader alone here once per turn may apply his ability to draw Battle Destiny at a system, which makes you kind of wonder, maybe he should have just done a Dreadnought and like one TIE Scout and kept the other ones back, and then hopefully use them once he finds Signer or finds Walking Movie. So draw their Fire, Intruder Missile, or Mark. Oh, he did a Monarch Lost. Interesting. Didn't get anything. It's on the edge. Looks like we don't have any anti-retrieval text. We see a Revert. So some spicy stuff. It was like either Obi-Wan or a Luke with lightsaber. So Signal, Sense. Wonder what he is trying to prevent him from getting, but he's going to miss it anyway. So the Sense will go lost now. Beggar. Interesting. Now he's got the Tatooine site. He draws that Grimtosh again, or maybe it's another copy. Wouldn't be surprising. I think he's going to complete this, right? Yeah, definitely with a 4. Choose ability 5. 3 sites. Yoda adds. The backpack's not adding because it's not carrying, so I think he failed it. Wow. So the wise advice will add 1. Gunite. Oh boy. That stuff coming out today. Your training destined draws plus 1 each. I think you need greater than 13. Where's this? Whoa. Alright, there's a lot going on here. Yeah, greater than 13. So I need you a 13. So you need a 1 more. Next turn he should definitely do it. Or we could have just drawn a 5. Alright, so Stonepile comes out, which is a very annoying card. I'm thinking I had a game once where someone stonepiled, and this is like open, and eventually I was like, I think I got Zuckus over to, I think I found that there was like a glitch that, I tried to get my cards out. I'm like, I'm getting these cards back. Because you cards return to opponent's hand if effect leaves table, canceled if opponent occupies the site. There was something weird, like I don't think I could land Zuckus and Mist Hunter. And I was like, I think I filed a bug report. But that could be a real pesky card. If you stonepile and get 2 cards, like one of which is like critical, there's a bunch of things that could be. See Gunite there. Draw their fire. He deploys draw their fire, but just goes right to his move phase. So usually that's a card, that you don't want to deploy until right before you're actually going to battle. But if you're trying to work around like a Grimtosh or Monarch and try to minimize the extra cards in your hand, quote unquote extra, that's when you might just throw it on the table. But he's definitely not deploying it and having it work against him this turn, which is good. All right, so Beggar's out. A lot of shielded cards in here in the open game. It could be worse as played for 1. Out of commission. He's going to get Lord Vader, so if Vader dies, he cannot come back out to the table. Another one. All right, wow. Monarch goes. So we've got 3 cards out of play so far for Dark. Dark's going to drain here for 1. Lights up in case he wanted to cancel his own, which he's not going to do. Projection of Skywalker, toss from hand. So I think we saw what, Obi-Wan? Was it Obi-Wan or Luke? And then on the edge, he's traffic control, so he's probably lining up some Destinies and get some retrieval going. Finds his Wakil Mui. And what is that other card? If I can't see it, you guys probably definitely can't. It is that a second copy of Wakil? Yeah, 2 copies of Wakil Mui, aka Milwaukee. So he's got 14 cards in his hand. You better hope he doesn't have a Grimtosh. He goes and gets another Visage, which is you're a little bummed out sometimes when you get a 7 out of your deck. Put a 6 back in, I guess. All right, so he draws low here. He didn't activate his max, so maybe he's tracking something. But he should get it now, right? So 5, 8. Yeah, completed. So with, looks like 2 extra. Or 1 buffer, I should say. Alright, so out comes Beggar. He's going to use all the force. So draw their fire, of course. So now, Darkseid cannot play any interrupts during this battle. Melos. I'm surprised he didn't put, like, Luke out, but maybe he's just playing the long game here. I think he had, like, an EPP Luke or an EPP Obi. Alright, so Dark just loses Vader. Once Vader... Oh, he draws a 7, so he must have tracked that. That must be why he activated so little. Total... Oh, interesting. Wait, why is Total Battle Destiny 9? He drew a 7. Why was it... Everyone in the chat can tell me why. He drew a 7, but it's saying it's a 5. So why was it -2? Huh. Darkseid draws a 4. So either one will cover. There's no Aura Marco ping. So that's good for Dark. So yeah, he and Darkseid just doesn't have to lose Vader. So that's pretty big. I had no idea why the Intruder Missile. Interesting. I wonder what it is. A lot of times people are like, oh, there's a bug. Well, I'm sure there's something. Ability is 6 or more. There's nothing there, right? Something that makes a weapon -2? If you're watching this on YouTube and you know why that Intruder Missile was a 5, I'd be very curious to know why. Yeah, DRTORCH draws Intruder Missile as a 5 for Battle Destiny. That's going to bother me. Alright, so Beggar goes lost because he used more than 1. Force Drain of 1 at Kessel, Lost in Wilderness. Yeah, it's probably not coming in handy this game. Alright, Outcomes Walk Cmoore. So we'll see if Dark can get some type of retrieval engine going here. But if he doesn't have the squadrons, you know, it's pretty finite. The squadrons are good at it. They cycle. Either you're replacing or you have the other ones. The Emperor's Sword and Shield, which are worth it. Alright, Visage comes back. Because it's one card that gets you 3 cards back, basically. Aim High is not out. So Dark's getting this retrieval for free. The Dreadnought's moving. I think this is way too conservative of a play. Like, he's got Vader at the Med Chamber, so he can apply his Battle Destiny and at least leave part of this contingent over at Kessel and just try to get drain of 2 and 1. Light up. I think DRTORCH, though, is in a position where he's just going to set up the on the edge, get some cards back, but he's not really doing any damage. Alright, so we see a verify there. Look, there's a 1, a 2, a 7. That might be a 5 for some reason. Alright, Stone Pile. Another Stone Pile comes out. So, it's just interesting math where you're basically, I'm going to use 2 force and burn a card to steal 2 cards. Jedi Test 3 is not out. Especially because with Jedi Test 2 completed, makes it a little harder to draw Battle Destiny, but then he moved Vader away. I guess he was trying to, he doesn't have Coward out. Yeah, I guess he was trying to respect that drain there. Who knows how many other characters he had, that Darkseid has in this deck. Alright, we got and 2 more out of commission, so he's stacking a couple 5s. See, I guess to some extent he might have had to. I don't know. I think he might be playing this a little conservative. But maybe there was a Falcon in his hand too, though, right? All right, it could be worse. Just keeps going through. Definitely need at least 1, if not like 3 grabbers. They'll be hell to pay. And or what are you trying to push on us in this format? There's a lot of pesky interrupts, and if you're a lot of decks are using Wise Advice or Oppressive Enforcement anyway, so they deploy for free, which is good because the deploy 3, the cost of 3 to go down is not cheap. Alright, so we get a couple TIE Scouts that come out, retrieve a couple force. Dark is now at 16, what was that like? Let's see here. Light has 25. Light has 25. Dark has 23, and this It Could Be Worse just keeps going through. And Cmoore89 is like, I'm tired of seeing this It Could Be Worse. I'm going to try to sense it, even if it's going to cost me 3 cards. And he basically loses 1 card now, since the sense goes lost. The It Could Be Worse gets through. It might be worse packing, and it's worse. Alright, so yeah, even more. Oh, maybe he didn't have a tie that turn. I was going to say, even more reason why not to chase or marker there. I guess you really want to activate Visage. Alright, here comes Obi-Wan, so he's going to flip Dark. Another Anger Fear. Oof. Yeah, so this is just a lot of damage coming through, but from light to dark. You can now Force Drain, Grimtosh. Oof. Sorry, so there's 2 copies of Walk Cmoore, 2 Life Force. 3 force spent by DRTORCH, but yeah, Torch is using that traffic control. We definitely saw it on the edge, so he's just setting that up. He'll get retrieval in here, and he's just going to keep chipping away at Cmoore's Life Force, especially with Anger, Fear, Aggression just pops. That's 4 more force. Twilight, he gets another Visage, but he already has a Visage out, and now it's kind of hitting both players equally. So this is definitely looking. Obviously, sorry, I spoiled it at the beginning, but we'll see. Can I speed this up here because it looks like we're approaching the end here. TIE Scout to the docking bay. TIE Scout is gonna. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna suicide against Obi-Wan. Uh-oh. He might have forgot that Obi's text doesn't. He has a Gick, so he played a card, retrieved with Signer, got to draw their fire ping in, but also burnt a Gick. So what is that? He basically lost 2 cards, but he got a 3/4 swing, so that's like a net 1. And did he move it to his use pile too? So I guess he only burned 1, right? Relook at the use pile. Yep, there you go. All right. Ooh, X-Wing Laser Cannon. So that's going to shoot one of those ties lost. He's drawing Battle Destiny. Dark is not, because now if you occupy opponent's game text, it's cancel. So Vader can't apply his game text now. And he couldn't play all powered weapons, right? Because he didn't have the force for draw their fires. That's a bummer for Clayton, because he would have gotten, what, 4 more power. And everyone would have been immune, but he would have had to still lose, like, 4 force. Yeah, so he's peeling a few. Visage goes lost again. And Dark's going to get a drain. Oh, that's right. It's not 2-in-1. Because Great Warrior kills all dark side force drain bonuses. Duh. So when I said earlier, hey, it's just drain for 2-in-1, that's not a thing. Alright, so he's going to suicide this tie again. All powered weapons, alright. YOLO Black Squadron tie. Now he can apply Vader's game text. That's kind of good. And Light didn't have enough force to do the immediate lost portion on X-Wing Cannon. Wow, draws a 6. Alright, so that's good for Dark. Gonna trade some cards here. Let's trade some life force. Tie goes back to use pile. Red leader and red 1 and the X-Wing Cannon are gone. He moves the TIE Scout to Kessel, spread out to hopefully to get through the extra drain here. Only 1 card in Dr. Torch's hand. He's got a 5 in his reserve deck. He's just going to play on the edge here, right? And get 4 force back. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, so he gets X-Wing Cannon, Red Leader, Han at commission. I'm just going to draw here. What would have been spicy if then he had some ability to battle and then get on the edge back, withdraw their fire, and then try to just keep cycling on the edge. He probably has a second copy, though. It could be worse. Cuts the drain. Wait a minute. Oh, did I miss that? When did he do that? It must have been a while ago. Countdown is out of play. Maybe he did it last turn after the Visage, or maybe the last time that I... Yeah, might as well, I guess. If Visage is on the table, you might as well try to get your drains through. Alright, so he moves Vader over. Draws a few cards, so he's got some stuff, a couple ties that he can cancel Light Strain with. See a 4 in reserve deck, traffic control here. Cancels the drain with the tie that then can go back out. You could suicide the tie again. Another Anger Fear. Oof. That's what's killing him. There's no resistance, no projective telepathy to mitigate that damage. Alright, so this TIE Scout's going, and this is going to be overflow too. He does not have a Gick. So 4 overflow. And then he's peeling cards from reserve deck. Anger Fear has not popped. War Market runs away. Alright, so I think this is about there. Gold Leader runs away, not to allow any type of counter beat. That's pretty smart, playing the long game here. Does not allow Darkseid really an opportunity to bypass the Anger Fear aggression. 4 damage. And he now loses 4. And Light. Oh, Lando's out. Alright, so another draw their fire ping. Or there's going to be a couple. Obi-Wan here, and that's going to do it. Alright, so he peels away. Okay, alright, so there's quarter lag, unexpected interruption. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so that's that. That's how Dr. Torch moved from 4-0 to 5-0. Good game, couple interesting cards. 3 Walk-Kill movies, at least. And yeah, lots of ties in this format. Alright, so that's this stream. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If there is a final confrontation for this event, we'll do our best to stream it live. If not, we'll do something like this again. And yeah, we'll get on the YouTube channel. All right, thanks everyone. May the force be with you.